Good morning, everybody. And I was thinking for 2 days, how should I open this meeting? And my inner self said only one word, gratitude, which would fit in all. Gratitude to the Vattikuti family, gratitude to our network people who stand by us and come at a whistle blow, and gratitude to my team, which has done amazing work. We are a thinly stretched team. I've been doing these events, Maurice, for ages, but to have 4 events back to back and 6 people is an amazing team. It's not true that the team leader teaches the team, but this is an occasion when I feel team has taught me how one could be improved as a leader. Thank you very much for patronizing, and without wasting much time, since we are in an Indian environment and Indian heart of the culture is Rajasthan, we'll begin with the lamp lighting ceremony, whichever gods you pray, but the medium is to request that all of us are happy with whatever purpose we have decided or chosen to come for this meeting. I'll request Raj, Abhi, Maurice. This meeting is all about innovation, and it's not only the innovative work you do, it's the innovation in how we organize the meeting also. So everything you have to really contour what we are doing, and we are extremely happy to collect this group of people who are consistently involved in innovating whatever they are doing, maybe techniques, procedures. But the foundation adds one thing to remind them that ultimate benefit is the benefit to the patient. Whatever you do has to translate into the patient outcomes. Otherwise, it's a process. It's work in progress. So thank you very much. Without this, all of you know, they don't need introduction. I'll invite President Raj Vattikuti, who is the soul behind the whole, what you see outside. Request him to open the meetings with his remarks.
Difficulties create opportunities, and that is what the foundation has done. We did the first case with Dr. Somashekar as proctor. There were 100 people in theaters because they were not sure it could be done.
Everything is getting robotized, domotized, the AI, big data, automation, and this is also happening in medicine.
You can bring phenomenal new procedures in robotic, new techniques. The sky is the limit.
If Vattikuti had not come, Robotic would not have come in India. They did a great job.
The single most revolutionary thing that happened in robotic technology in India is coming out of Vattikuti Foundation.
This April, I came to know that I'm diagnosed with kidney failure.
Ms. Padmaja, she came all the way from USA to India to the Manipal hospital. We are quite experienced in robotic assisted kidney transplant. We have done more than 30 cases. I would be very grateful to Vattikuti Foundation for the robotic fellowship, after which I got trained in more than 70 cases of robotic transplant over a period of 1 year.
Took very smoothly.
I'm very thankful.
We really feel this is the way to go moving forward. And most important of all, how do we make sure this reaches to the common person?
To really have the true impact of robotic surgery in improving patient outcomes, what we need is the training of the surgeons.
With this objective in mind, the Vattikuti Foundation launched the fellowship program, which has now trained over 100 surgeons.
Vattikuti Foundation sits at the intersection of healthcare, technology and surgical education. We realize that the whole beginning point is the surgical education.
How do we make sure we have best training programs so that everybody learn quickly?
The Vattikuti Foundation have really made it possible in India, especially because of the fellowship programs.
I had the honor of being the first mentor of Vattikuti Foundation. 11 to 13 students have come under me, and each one of them, after they have gone out, have become an independent consultant without need for any support.
Expanding on the highly effective fellowship program, the Vattikuti Foundation launched the Explorers Initiative, designed specifically for medical students with a keen interest in healthcare innovation.
Your Explorers program, it's gathering people with same interests in the same place. These people can build great ideas, great things together.
The foundation can actually help us to guide us in the medical field.
I'm passionate about bringing robotic surgery to medical students. I want more people to know that this is a technology that exists.
Further underscoring their emphasis on training, the Vattikuti Foundation partnered with Brady Urological Institute to create the first Brady Vattikuti Robotic Academy hands-on masterclass in May 2024 at Brady Urological Institute at Johns Hopkins Medicine. This masterclass created excitement around the department and featured the urology legend himself, Dr. Patrick Walsh.
I was fortunate to attend this class, and I learned a lot under the guidance of Professor Mahendra Bhandari, Dr. Ahmed Gaji, Arvind George, and Dr. Sami Elson. I'm really thankful to Vattikuti and Brady for organizing this masterclass.
All of this training creates excellence, the culmination of which is the KS International Innovation Awards.
We started the KS Awards in Innovation to recognize that same spirit today. The ability to problem solve across discipline and domains. The ability to beat a path through unknown and make that familiar for those who follow.
The ceremony and accompanying academic symposium, Humans at the Cutting Edge of Robotic Surgery, recognizes surgical talent and shares new cutting-edge educational robotic surgery procedures and technology with the world. A humble giant, the groundbreaking work of the Vattikuti Foundation has been recognized globally, most notably receiving the Ellis Island Medal of Honor, the Woodrow Wilson Award, and featured in the exhibit at the Smithsonian Museum of American History entitled Many Voices, One Nation.
I don't know whether anybody can dream to that level of thinking in the process of Vattikuti.
But the work is far from complete. That's why the Vattikuti Foundation is proud to announce the Vattikuti Facility of Advanced Neurotechnology at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi. This cutting-edge, non-invasive technology uses magnetic guidance to target and treat neurological conditions without the need for surgical incisions, providing an innovative alternative for millions of patients suffering from conditions like tremors.
After this procedure was done, I was so elated, you couldn't even pull me down to earth.
I can tell you that we have done for a surgeon who had essential tremor. We did it on Friday, and Monday morning, he went back to the operation theatre.
This initiative will lay the groundwork for future innovations that could change the landscape of neurological care, not only in India, but globally. The Vattikuti Foundation remains steadfast in its mission to empower, enrich, enlighten, and improve the lives of generations to come.
AI, first of all, artificial intelligence, let's be honest, most of the intelligence we've encountered in our life, pretty artificial, right? AI began, all we had was real intelligence, beginning of mankind, right?
Yes.
Didn't work. So, we were dumb. Still dumb.
So, yeah.
All our thinking.
Intelligence
So we
didn't work.
kept thinking until we could create a fake version of it so dumb people would seem smart.
Yes.
And then we thought, well, maybe that wasn't the smartest thing. Because what if the fake brain gets smarter than the real brain? We would look even dumber. So, if I got this right,
yes,
We're smart enough to invent AI, dumb enough to need it, and so stupid we can't figure out if we did the right thing.
Thank you so much for all of you attending and really help to create a great programs and making the difference to the patients and outcomes. And it's really my hats up to all of you. It's a great people and learn that not only technology brought a lot of innovation together. And even though we had the vision, but there are two people who made it all happen. Let's give a big hand to Dr. Bhandari. We brought this to see on all aspects. And then KS, he was no longer with us, and probably every surgeon knows about him. 7 days, 24 hours, any of you could reach out to him. It's a great thing he did. He really expanded the whole program. One time he had to be in front of the U.S. government, the Defense Department to see the procurement for the robot. He had 50 people by single-handedly answered all the technical engineering. The whole robotic thing he learned by himself. He was a great man, what he's done. And that's why in his honor we're doing these awards. And thank you again for all of you coming. I think you've seen the video. And today there's a lot of confusion about the innovation and a lot of confusion about the AI. You know, how do we use the AI? Everybody thinks, I don't know why this word even came, artificial intelligence. AI is just a tool. It's use the intelligence as a service to you. There's nothing better intelligence than the human instinct, and all of you physicians have a great instinct, the way you service the patient. But we got to provide the tools how we can help to enhance that intuition more real time, so that you give that experience to patients, so that they can start taking the ownership. You know, in all the industries, the healthcare is the only place patient doesn't have influence. Are they really taking the ownership, and which is very important to, so all of us help together. This is the next step marking for our innovation aspect. We're looking at how do we leverage that innovation, bring it together consistently. Physician and the patient come together and get the experience, give the experience, so that they will be able to take the ownership. That's our goal, ultimate goal. So we're doing a lot of use cases related to this innovation, consistently doing across. I just want to communicate to you. So over the time frame, I just seen the video, we complicated so much about the technology. A lot of money spent on the technology, hardly any outcome for the business side or the clinical side in terms of the patient perspective. And because it's not connected in real time, and this is where this whole new innovation with the what we call artificial intelligence is more of intelligence, which gives the real-time experience for the constituencies like patients and the physicians. That's what we're working on, not only in the healthcare, every industry. So about 10 years ago, we had this vision how we can bring it together more simplified way and way away from the complex, siloed, and the business and technology world. And it's not the money you spend, it's the outcome you derive. That's the focus. So we came up with this innovation methodology. It took us almost 10 years to really experiment and bring it together. Now it's really industry is embracing, including healthcare. And just briefly, I want to talk about this. So, as I indicate, human instinct is the best. You have clearly know how to make a decision, either a procedure or treating the patient, whatever way. And that instinct needs to be supported by a lot of information coming through the clinical excellence, so that in the real time, how do you agree to that, the intelligence, making sure that can help you make a better decisions on the patient day to day. So this is where you bring the data, so that data is very applicable to that particular outcome you're trying to provide the patient. And the data, all different sources, making sure you connect the data and give that experience to the patient so that patient feels good and start participating and start taking the ownership. Artificial intelligence enhances that further that intelligence. Machine learning is real time, even further enhances that. So especially you can real time push for the patient based on where they are, monitoring them, giving them that intelligence so that they can motivate it to take care of themselves. And that's true for every industry, consumer side, or any consumer related to, any business related to. Many companies spend on the digital transformation last 10 years so much money, hardly business got involved. Like one example I give you, Ford Motor Company spent $700 million trying to clean all this data, but business was never involved. So business saying it's no use to me because I don't understand this data. A lot of you know about Watson, IBM, supposed to be a great AI tool. It's dead because it was built in the ivory tower. So it is impossible bringing the innovation excellence in the real time by a very simplistic way. Very small use cases you take and making sure you give the experience to the patient so that you can really, for them to take the ownership. So this, where we created, related to this, the methodology is called business innovation methodology. So consistent way, every use case, how we do it. Even complex use case, you can split it to smaller use cases. I know last year we had this conference, a lot of physicians talked about how they are breaking the procedure in terms of the intelligence into smaller pieces so that they can get an overall outcome much more effective way by integrating everything. So we take, I just want to give some idea how we do it. So simply, this is all about use cases for outcome, for growth or outcome aspect we relate to the patient. So in this case, we pick the help the customers to pick what use cases will be more effective based on the experience in the industry. And so priority basis, those use cases, you can start executing consistently through a sandbox, which will have fully automated end-to-end with orchestrated with this methodology so that speed, consistency, and the scale is created across with a very high productivity. And that sandbox is way away from the current complex technology environment. I know all of you deal with the clinical systems like Epic, Cerner, how complex it is, and how do we keep it away from rather than bringing the data so that it's simplified and giving the experience more agile way to the patients and as well as the physicians themselves. So then we, based on this, what we call single source of truth. This terminology is very important. Single source of truth means it's the information or the intelligence you understand, you know how to now really make the decision better. That's what we call single source of truth. And that single source of truth there, then you can do all kinds of further intelligence related to machine learning, real time. All these things can come together, single source of truth. So that becomes an asset in the outcome asset for the your own organization, whether it's the business functions or the clinical excellence, all that can be as an asset so that there's no duplication and you can reuse this. So this also protects the quality, security, and also compliance with the auditable and traceable. And then once you have made the decision this intelligence is good, then you can productionize into your traditional systems you have, like Epic and others, or business platforms you may have. So that's a kind of very consistent way of doing this innovation. We have done over 600 use cases in all over the world, different pharma companies, pharmaceutical companies, as well as the life sciences and healthcare, financial services, manufacturing. They're all very consistent, same way doing it. And that's been now companies are all really scaling up, taking this approach. I recommend strongly people think about this as the innovation comes, it's a bite-sized, not big bang approach. So with that, I want to thank you again all, and hopefully we can innovate more and more and make the difference to the patient so the patient can take the ownership. Thank you.